Hi guys, this is Suzanne HB, Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram, and this is a tutorial on a design called KAOS to Control. It's one of my KAOS sort of series of designs that starts with a chain with inverted slip knots down the side. This one's probably the most fiddly of them, but it doesn't actually, unlike the other ones, it doesn't have a front and a back. It's identical on both sides because of the way we work the border. So anyway, we will start by making the chain, and this one I'm going to again use I think that's called something glitzy burgundy bronze, something like that, in the limited edition. And for these gold bits here, I'm going to use the pink frost. And for the border, I'm going to use, I think that might be champagne gold. So we start off making a chain, just a normal chain, but it's going to have slip knotted sides. In my other tutorials, I've shown several ways to do this. I prefer working from one side of the design and not having to turn it around, but if you've got a two-ended hook, you'll do all of your inverted slip knots the same way as I do the left-hand side slip knot. And if you prefer to turn it round between, you'll again do a left-hand slip knot and then turn it around and do everything closest to the hook. So I will show you how to do that as well. So if you were going to do it and flip it around, you would do it this way. You'd start with your first cap band, you pull through a middle chain colour, and then you would get one of your slip knot colours and pull it just through the left hand side, release it from your hook, turn it over and pull it back and push through underneath that to make an inverted slip knot. You would then grab a hold of all of these because you don't want that loop lifting up again. Grab a hold of those, turn it round, just a bit I don't like to do. Or in the case of a double-end hook, you slide it down to the other end. You grab your slip knotted colour and you would do the same process again, lifting over, pushing through, and then you would put another centre band through the middle, like that. Okay, so that is the way you do it if you had a double-ended hook, or if you prefer to take it off and turn it around in between. The way I would do it is I work on the right-hand side first, and then I do the left-hand side, but I don't actually take the bands off the hook. I grab the slip knotted colour and then the centre band colour. So slip knotted colour will be the top of a leaf stitch, like so, pulled through all. Don't let go of that leaf stitch stem band. Just let go of the left hand side. Sorry, I'll just see if I can get it to focus a bit better. Let go of just the left hand side, slip your hook under the centre band colour, lift your slip knot colour over, and then slide it through that left hand side. And then you do the left hand band the same as if you were doing it the two other ways. Put the slip knot colour through the left hand of the centre band, turn your hook over, pull it over and past the centre band, and then push through the centre band, like that. So I'll show you that way again. So you get a leaf stitch, with the slip knot colour on the front, overlap those, over, under, makes this leaf stitch, pull it through all, and then it's easier to do if you're not trying to film it at the same time. See how that's kind of got funny twisted? Just make sure that when you pick it up again, it hasn't got twisted. So it's all nice and clear. That does matter in this design. Okay, I'll try doing it from a different angle. Pull this through. Release that left hand side, go under this one and grab it, lift this right hand side loop over the end of the hook like so, and then pick up that side again, and then from this side go through the left hand loop, pick that up, pull it past the center loop and down, under and through. Alrighty, I'm going to complete a bit more and I will come back. Okay, so here's my rather ratty looking center piece, but as with all of these designs it doesn't matter because the putting on the border will straighten everything out. You can just see by straightening everything out. Yeah. It ends up looking pretty anyway. So we now have this centerpiece, which I've only done a small piece of. Now, if you've done any of my other KAOS designs or the Carabajan, you're usually working with one or two of these side loops here. This one is different, and it's the most fiddly of the ones I've done. Once you get the hang of it, it's fine, but you do have to kind of be aware of the different parts of the slip knot so you're picking up the right part. Okay, now this one here is probably the easiest one to explain on this one down the bottom. On each slip knot you've got these two side loops, and the side loops are actually joined together through the center there. So you can see that running across there. If I pull on that side loop, those side loops will come in like so. So the side loops are attached through that center. If I pull on the side loops, that center part goes in. And what we're going to be working with is that center band. We're actually going to be working with that center band there. And that's what we're going to be working our border onto. So if you go in, you can see it's there. You can check which one it is by just pulling on those side loops. And it should be obvious which one you're working with. It's the one that goes horizontally between those. So it'll be this one, like that. And this one's kind of flipped down, so it's obvious. Be that one. And if you're not working on the right one, it won't pull in those side loops evenly like that, so you'll be able to tell. So say you go through and you pick up, I don't know, something from this side and you pull it out, you go, that doesn't seem to be quite working. So you undo it all and check it again and see which bit you're supposed to be doing with. So it does help to use contrasting bands in this. So now we've got an idea of what we're using. The actual side border is extremely simple in the sense that it's just a single chain going up the side, but it is there's a little looping understitch that we do with this side. So I'm going to split the cap band at the bottom there, and I'm going to use this side to run up this border. So we grab the border colour and just pull it through as our start. Now what we're going to do is to get the band section that we're looking for here and pull it through one side of that border, and then what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring the border band back under through here. So I would hang on to the border band, hang on to the middle slip knotted band, go under the border band again, and that one is going to go under that one, like so. Okay, so I'll show it to you again. So you've got it sitting there, you've just pulled it like this, you pulled this one up and through here. Now we need to get this one, that gold band, back through that loop that your hook's in. So you grab that, and whichever way you need to do it, I often use my fingers to help it over, so I'll catch that gold band under there and hook that one behind. Hook again. Then you get the next chain of the border colour, like so, and go up to the next slip knot. Find that cross band we were talking about, this one here. And when I pull on that, it tightens both of those loops. That's going to go through the left-hand side there. Then I'm going to hang on to that, pick up the gold, and pull the slip knot band back over, like so. Put another one on. And you only have to learn how to do this once, because you can work from exactly the same side, exactly the same way, working the other side of the band unusually. Okay, so we've got our slip knot. Where is our slip knot? Here. There we go. Okay. So this is our band here. We need to pick up, which tightens both those slip knots. Pulling it through the left-hand side of the border. And then going under the border band, catching it, and lifting the slip knot band over. Like that. Next border band. Pull it through. Finding our next cross band, which I can see just there. Check when you pull it out, it is the band that's joining those two those two loops rather. Pull it through, and then grab the gold band. You can even use your fingers here to hold the gold band back as you slip that under that slip knot colour band. So I'll continue. See, it's not quite clear to see which of those bands you want, but I can see that this band's joining the two loops together, so that's the one I'm after. Oops, sorry, slipped off screen. That's right, I was just putting a band through. that's the look you'll end up with this kind of 3 little dots in a row, 3 little dashes in a row running down from the centre. So when we get to the top, it's very similar to all the rest of them because you've just got a chain really when you get to the end. So you get to the last one. It could be a little fiddly, getting past the slip knot, but still the same. You just got to pick up that one that's running between those 2 slip knots. Sorry, those 2 loops. Now if you get a bit stuck, all you have to do is just pull it out and give yourself a little bit of room. Like so. And then you can just finish off with pulling that onto the same band as those centre ones. So for now I'll put that one back on. Sorry for the bumping. There we go. Okay, so that's that side done. You can twiddle that as you like to get it looking pretty. Now, normally we would turn it over and we'd start working our way back down, but because we're working with the centre, not the front or back, it doesn't matter. You can just turn it over and work it on the right hand side again exactly the same. So grab that other side of the cap band and pull a border band through. Exactly the same thing, finding that horizontal band running through the 2 loops on the side, pulling it through the left hand side of the border band, and then putting the border band underneath that slip knot stitch. So this is the fiddly bit. It's getting it under. If you're not sure that you can get it through, you can just turn it over to pull it through. It just means you have to then take your hook out and turn it back again. So if you're having real trouble with it, with getting that pulled through the second time, oh, sorry for disappearing. If you're having real trouble getting that pulled through the second time, you can, as I said, turn your hook over, so we'll get to that point again. Pulling that through, you can turn your hook over like that and hook that one down through. Just make sure that when you release it, so pinch this, release it, make sure you don't twist it as you pick it back up again, and it's still facing the same way, nothing's got sort of twisted around. Like so. So you just keep doing that up to the end. Back in a sec. Okay, so when you've got up to the top there, you've got your 2 loops, you've gone a bit through the last one on there, and then again you just need to either undo this one and grab the end of that because you've got it holding onto the other bands already. Ooh, we can just grab the end of this. I have to do looking through the iPad. Here we go. Like that. So see, that's through all of those bands already. The side, the centre chain, the slip knot loops, and just pull that through. If you're not sure about that, you would just put your hook through the side and the centre chains and the outside ones and pull a band through. And then you can just C-clip that, like so. Then you come down to the bottom and you can either choose to just grab the cap bands that are sort of facing sideways and clip it like that on the end, like that on the end, or you can go and grab, see how you've got the initial gold bands coming through there, so you can grab in between those gold band loops and you can put your C-clip on there. For this particular design, I think it's easier to just grab them from one side or the other, like so. Now, if you've got bands that are sort of crossed over and messy looking, all you got to do to fix that up, just give it a stretch out. And I would do that anyway, just to tighten up the look of the design. So give it a stretch both ways, and you should have untuck any that have got hiding down in there somewhere. What's happened with those? They've escaped. There they are. So just tidy up any that have kind of hiding underneath there. I was just turned a little bit sideways, that's what it is. There we go. Like so. And you've got a pretty KAOS to control. I hope you've liked this. It's been useful. Give me a thumbs up, please, a like, and check me out on Instagram on Crazy Just Might Work. I'd love to see your renditions of this design. So I will catch you later. Bye.